The finely woven tapestry of life is undoubtedly one of the greatest marvels of our universe. We must urgently reverse the exploitation of the natural world if it is to sustain us for generations to come. The time is long overdue to put nature at the center of our economic model.
The current health, climate, and biodiversity crises are different consequences of an economic system addicted to fossil resources and growth at all cost. A system that fails to value our most important capital, nature.
We can't continue to have the economy grow with the same level of throughput that it has now and sustain ourselves on planet Earth.
One thing we know is there's no waste in nature. Everything gets turned into something else.
I'm going to go back and borrow the quote from Mahatma Gandhi, "Waste is only a resource in the wrong place."
Everything is dependent upon the climate, and everything is also dependent upon the soil.
It's possible to create the food we need without destroying the planet. CCM's fertilizer sits at the center of this by taking billions of tons of waste and re-engineering it, transforming it back into nutrients that can both improve soil health, tackle some of the climate change challenges that we have out there, and create economic solutions for both society in general, but also for the providers of those products.
Foresters around the world need to be doing their part to solve the climate crisis by making sure that our forests store as much carbon as they can while still delivering the stream of products that society relies upon.
$163 million Indians do not have access to clean water near their homes. We have a technology that can clean water from sewage of all things. Sewage is something which is an available resource, something that is never going to stop. There has to be something that is long lasting, that is easy to maintain and is sustainable in every which way.
Only 18% of the world's energy is currently produced by renewable energy sources. We must remove our reliance on finite and destructive fossil fuels as our demand for electricity increases.
I think one of the things that people have missed is that the most advanced circular economy models allow for the biological cycle. That's nature herself, and the technical cycle, that's our ability to design for reuse, get the materials back, and then create another life for those materials, whatever that is. Of the 316 million tons of plastic that was produced back in 2016, 40% of that went to landfill, 32% wound up in the natural environment, 14% was incinerated, and of the 14%, the remainder that was recycled, only 2% of that is what we call truly circular.
There's a lot of talk about the circular economy and what does that mean and some of the benefits. The biggest benefit is going to be economic, because what we're throwing away is worth billions of dollars. It's estimated that if we don't change our waste management practices by 2050, there will be around 12 billion tons of plastic litter in landfills and the environment.
The circular economy is about realizing that waste has a value after it's been used. To reverse the climate crisis, decisions need to be made now, and those decisions need to consider how we can put in place more circular business models, how we can bring greater sustainability, greater impact to what we do. agile thinking is required to help address the major concern that we all face as a global community.
It is with governments globally coming together that we will create a regulatory environment that makes those decisions quickly to allow innovation to create the solutions that will change the climate.
How do we disrupt? How do we change the system? How do we change the game?
We have the right minds and the right technology in our hands. We know what we must do. We must now focus our efforts and our actions in the same direction, in the biggest and most effective global alliance the world has ever seen. There is real hope, but we've just got to get our act together. And we've got to remember that the natural world is what sustains us.